Hello dear students. So let me try to understand what exactly binomial nomenclature means. What do you mean by binomial nomenclature? Before this we try to understand what is biodiversity, its importance and almost all the fields which is covered in biodiversity. So let me try to understand what is binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature is naming of plants. Need universal name for all species because common name of plants varies from place to place. If you can see on your screen, paddy, everybody know paddy is a name of an grain which is known in a different places by different names. For example, in Tamil it is known as Nellu, in Sanskrit it is known as Rihi, in Hindi it is known as Dhan, in Telugu, Vadalu, in Gujarati, Dangar. So, there were a confusion to give names or to say names. It was a confusion for everybody to give names for the organism. So, binomial nomenclature came into existence. So, why to classify these organisms was the question mark. This binomial nomenclature to place them in a logical relationship, separate by differences, group by similarities. We call together as taxonomy for this. Why to give scientific names? Question arises. Many different organisms may share a common name. For example, hawk. We call hawk in English, and in England the same hawk is known as buzzard, or in US we call the hawk as vulture. Gopher, we usually call it as rodents in West. Turtle, we usually call. So every organism have got different names. So there should not have any kind of confusion. Binomial nomenclature came into existence. So question arises like, why give scientific name? Many organisms have more than one common name. Just now as I quoted you, many organisms like paddy, I have quoted you, it may be a cat, it may be a dog. Cat is known as Billy in Urdu, Bekku in Kannada, in some Telugu some other name. So there will be a confusion. To avoid the confusion, scientific names are evolved, scientific names to be given so that we can follow a certain rules and it will not have any confusion in anybody's mind. My dear students, single common name for two different species. Example, Brahmi, we call it as Centella asiatica and Taxus butica. Single common name for two different species in international names also. Example, butterfruit, we call it as, the scientific name of butterfruit is Diospyrosus discolor and Pressia americana. It creates confusion in using plants name. So nobody will call with these names. If you go to a market, we usually say, give us a tomato, okay, in our regional language, or we can call the tomato in different words like for coriander, kotambari, pudina, mint. Usually we have got two names for this. To avoid this confusion, binomial nomenclature came into the light. Binomial nomenclature is nothing but naming of plants by two names. It consists of two epithet, that's nothing but two words. One is generic epithet and second one is specific epithet. So whenever you are coding a names, you are going to give two names for it. First one will be generic name and second one will be your specific name. It was first introduced by Carl Linnaeus. How to write? He gave certain rules. For this. Let me see what are the rules. How to write these names of organism according to binomial nomenclature. Genus comes first, species follows next. So whenever you are going to write any name of any organism, the first should be genus name and the second will be followed by species. should be written in Greek or Latin. You are supposed to use either Greek words or you are supposed to use either Latin language, because it is a dead language which cannot be changed. That is the reason why they chosen the names are being taken from Latin and Greek. The name release the plants. The name should be related to the plants. Genus name should be capitalized. So genus name, the name of the genus should be always written in capital letters. Species name should be written in small letters. It should be italicized or underlined. My dear students, these are the rules. You have to follow these rules. During the examination, for 3 marks, you are going to get a question like, what are the rules of binomial nomenclature? You are supposed to write all these rules. Genus come first, species follows next, should be in Greek or Latin. The name relates the plant. Genus name should be capitalized. It should be italicized or underlined. Species should be written in small letters. To avoid the confusion, each has 2 scientific name, my dear students. To avoid, as I quoted you different examples, you may be knowing. We use, some use Hindi, some use Kannada, some use Marathi, Tamil, Telugu, etc. etc. So every language has got different names for a particular organism. To avoid this confusion, binomial nomenclature was very helpful for us. So genus name plus specific epithet or species name, and the genus should be written in capitalized, species should not. Species name is often descriptive, written in italic or underlined. It should be in Latin. It is a dead language. It will not at all change. It never change. That is the reason they follow the, they have taken the names from Latin or Greek. So, Mr. Carl Linnaeus was the first person who has given this binomial nomenclature. Carl Linnaeus was born on May 23, 1707 in the province of Somaliland in southern Sweden. Mr. Carl Linnaeus is a person, he has given this binomial nomenclature. My dear students, you are supposed to remember the dates. He was born on May 23, 1707. He was from Sweden. What did Mr. Carl Linnaeus said? He published the first edition of his classification of living things in the book called Systema Naturae. This is the book which was published by Mr. Carl Linnaeus. In that book, he has given the classification of living organism. He has given hierarchical order of 7 levels or a taxa, or in singular we usually call it as taxon. He named the hierarchical order like kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. Why to use this binomial nomenclature? What is the advantages of binomial nomenclature? Binomial nomenclature names are universal names for plants. Definite and precise name. Describe the main features of the plant. Greek and Latin names are internationally known. Easy to arrange plants based on their systematic relationship. These are the advantages of binomial nomenclature. After that, they have given certain international code of nomenclature. International code of nomenclature, they are nothing but, my dear students, during your examination, they will ask you 1 mark question. What is the full form of ICN, ICBN and ICZN? So here, International Code of Nomenclature is being given. Formally it is called International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, ICBN. ICBN stands for International Code of Botanical. International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Name changed in International Botanical Congress in Melbourne in July 2011. It was first introduced by Linnaeus in 1751 in the book Philosophia Botanica. Detailed account of botanical nomenclature was given by Candelol in 1813. Theories Eliminatories de la Botanica. It is the very basis of the first International Congress in 1867 in Paris. This law of botanical nomenclature is called Paris Code 1867 or de Candelol's rule. My dear students, this is very important for the point of NEET, CET and your theory exam. Theory, they usually ask you to elaborate ICBN, that's nothing but International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. ICZN, International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. B stands for botany, Z stands for zoology, and what are the books, related books they have mentioned here, which will be asked during the CET and your NEET exam.